I didn't have my mic on, so I was talking and you guys didn't hear shit. Sorry about that. I just turned it on. Okay, so guys, this is the last video that we're gonna do this week. I'm gonna pose a couple of questions and there's gonna be a discussion post. As promised, I added some food to the menu here. I don't know if you guys can see. Can I move? Yeah. Anyways, so this was a bowl of ramen that I had when I woke up super early um, when I was in Tokyo. And I was basically walking for a good couple miles and I was super hungry. And things in Tokyo do not open until about like 12 o'clock, 10, like 11 or 12 o'clock. And I was walking probably like 5 or 6 miles to get to that shrine that was in the last video. Um, I got off on the wrong train station and I got lost. So I had to ask a couple of people like where to go, and then thankfully I had like my phone and it had the map on it. So I just kept walking and walking and walking, and yeah, and so I was super hungry, and so I was waiting outside of this ramen shop. I was like the first one inside, and I was waiting outside, and I got this delicious bowl of meats, miso nickel ramen. Nickel is meat, and it was pork meat, not katsu, but just regular pork, and it had egg and seaweed. The photo was actually super long, but like when I put it on the virtual background, it's just really condensed for some reason. But if you guys want to see the rest of my photos, like I will send you links. So anyways, let's finish up this week and you guys will be done for this week. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna share that screen, yo. Here we go. All right, so keeping up with my Japanese theme, here I found this PowerPoint and it's all Japanese. I'm pretty sure you noticed from the last slides, but this is called a love alley, and we are going to be talking about credibility inside of a love alley. So it should be fun. In any case, what are the different types of credibility? Okay, as credibility is the audience's perception of whether the speaker is qualified to speak on a given topic. There are many types of credibility that influence the overall speaker. However, the speaker overall, excuse me. However, what we're going to be talking about are three main types, okay? And so those three main types are firstly, initial credibility, nextly, derived credibility, and lastly, terminal credibility, okay? And so it's going to get a little sus here for a minute, but like just give me a second to explain, and we're going to start off with initial credibility, okay? All right, so initial credibility. As we can see here, it is defined in your book as the credibility of a speaker before she or he starts to speak. Now, my example is the GIF here, okay, of Donald Trump. I am not a big Donald Trump fan, and for those who are, then you will agree. And those who aren't, you might also agree or disagree. That's fine. We're not talking about him and his politics and him as a person. We're talking about the initial credibility that he gave back when he first was running for president in 2016, okay? Or 2015 to 2016. Donald Trump's initial credibility was enormous, right? People said that he had the credit, like he was so credible because he was such a good businessman that he would no doubt be the best president for our country. We're not going to get into whether or not he is or isn't. What we are going to talk about, though, is that Donald Trump, he has an extreme initial credibility to him. He can make individuals across the country believe in him so willfully and so blindly because of the way he has built himself, not within just the media, but also economically, financially, and as a business person. So we have to give credit where credit's due, and Donald Trump does have a great initial credibility. As it extends further, and as we have seen, we're not going to talk about him as a president, but him as giving off these traits as an initial credibility source. Donald Trump is an excellent example of that. So, like I said, credit where credit's due, right? So, nextly, we're going to be talking about derived credibility. And this is just so cute. So, like, do not say no. So cute. Okay, so derived credibility is the credibility of a speaker produced by everything she or he says and does during the speech. And for this guy's example, or this little one's example, is that he is saying like that he loves donuts, or she loves donuts, or they love donuts. I'm not sure what show this is from, so I don't want to say he or she. So they're saying that they love donuts, and they're saying like don't say no to donuts, like, and so it's like, please say yes. And I just think it's so cute because that's his little speech, even though it's not what we require of you guys, like 4 to 6 minutes. They're still giving a speech about donuts and how they love donuts. So, the derived credibility here is that he's wearing a donut costume, there's donuts on the sign, it says please say yes to donuts. Okay, and then lastly, we have terminal credibility. And this is the credibility of a speaker at the end of a speech, right? So in my speech regarding Japan, right, I have given you in my examples from the last topic that we talked about and this topic now, I've given you my examples of Japan, right? I've been there. You can see the food here. You've seen pictures that I have brought with me from Japan. All of that is what you can see as my evidence and my proof to be credible of my experience while I was in Tokyo. So from there, you can determine my terminal credibility with the evidence that I have given you, okay? So, so just going backward again, so we talked about terminal credibility, giving the credibility to the speaker after we've heard the entire speech. Derived credibility, determining the credibility of the speaker as they have said and what they have said throughout their speech. Just remember donuts. And initial credibility, right? To have, before someone even speaks, to have the credibility of what you can and cannot do based on your image within the media or wherever, right? So this is how we are able to determine credibility of a person, right, and a speaker. So with all of that being said, you should have already answered all of the questions. I'm going to post a discussion post for you guys where I want to know your thoughts on the 3 different types of credibility and how you think that you have experienced that in your own life, but also how you think that you might be able to translate that throughout your speeches. So I'm going to pose that right now, and then you guys should be done with week 6. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to email, and I will be here. So I'll see you guys in lecture. All right. Bye.